Team Cyprian, hii Kenya yetu huwa inanisinya sana. Sometimes huwa najiuliza aje, how can I in Kenya myself? And sometimes I usually ask myself so many questions. Huwa najiuliza maswali mingi sana. Nani alizaa askari? Nani alizaa askari? Ni mzazi, ni mama na baba walizaa hao askari ama ni kitu ingine ilizaa askari? Because these people, the way they mistreat other people, huwa najiuliza maswali mingi mpaka nashindwa. Wallahi hivi, yani kama ni uwezo Mungu usikie kilio changu, mtoto wangu asiwahi kuwa askari. Because personally, yani nimeanza kufeel like hawa maskari ni watu wako na roho mbaya, roho chafu sana. Yani mtu amebeba tu papers. Hakuna kitu amebeba tuseme bunduki ama anything, but they mishandle that person mpaka unashangaa ni nini imehappen. Juzi tumeona video walikuwa wanachapa mtoto wa university. Wanamchapa kama yani wanamchapa kama ni mnyama. Hata mnyama hafai kuchapwa hivyo. Yani hao watu wamekuwa wakishoot watoto wa watu without even minding, without even asking themselves, we are fathers. What if this is my son? What if this is my sister? What if this is my daughter? Those people hawana damu kabisa. Yani hawa maskari ni wanyama wagani? We saw some of them even shooting left bullets. Tuliona msichana wa K24 alishutiwa. Who does that? As much as nyinyi askari yani mko kazi, hauwezi ukaona kwamba huyu ni Mkenya mwenzangu, huyu ni dada yangu, huyu ni mtoto wangu, huyu ni sister yangu, brother yangu. Why are you mishandling Kenyans like that? Like yesterday guys, Boniface Mwangi alikuwa amepeleka papers petition kwa office of president ya kupetition au abduction zimekuwa zikiendelea, and then plain clothed police officers alafu wanaanza kumsando, wanampeba juu, wanampeleka, wanamfanyia vituko. Who does that? This is someone's son. This is someone's daughter. This is someone's father, mother. Anyway, before our pressure increase, let's watch this video of Boniface.
The Office of the President to present a list. We came with the families with one agenda, asking for justice for the victims, and for the disappeared, and accountability. But we were met with brutality and violence by the police. It's been 3 months since the protest, and we still have masked police in our streets. Why are they being masked in the streets? We are asking our government, if the police are upholding rule of law, why are they coming masked? And why are they targeting me specifically? So we have told the principal secretary to go and tell the president that next week shall be back here. And if there is no justice for the victims, they're going back to the streets. If there is no justice, we're going back to the streets. And we know very well that it's our right to protest. It's not a favor by the president. It's a right by the Constitution. And we're going to do it. If the president cares about this country, he should care about these mothers who are here. He claims no one has been abducted. We have a list of those being abducted. We have shared the list. He promised compensation for the victims. We know very well that money can never bring back any life. But if he promised compensation, it can at least help the families to pay for bills and to move on in a small way. So we're asking for compensation for the victims, we're asking for justice, and we demand for the firing of the officers who murdered innocent citizens. The crime scene is Parliament. Parliament has CCTV cameras. We know very well those cameras were working on the day of the protest. We demand that the government to make that footage public. City Hall has CCTV footage of what happened there. Make that public. Supreme Court, because we know very well on June 25th, there were criminals who were in the streets. Criminals paid by politicians and they came because they were paid, and their financials are known, they've never been arrested. Listen, the president is a coward because every other day he's insulted by other people on top of vehicles and he doesn't do anything. But when we come to the streets, protected by the constitution, he comes after us. Why is he after innocent people? If he's a man enough, if he's not a murderer, go after the killers of the innocent people, go after the people who sponsored the violence in the streets, because none of us, none of the people who are murdered, none of the people who are in the streets on that particular day who are here today were involved in the prisoners' action. So we feel victimized by the government, and all you're asking is, Mr. President, if you're unable to lead us, you must resign. Yes, because we can't live in constant violence. Every day we're being arrested, we're being abducted, we're being murdered. If you're unable to uphold the constitution, if you're unable to lead this country through rule of law, we're asking for you to resign. It's not a must to lead us. It's not a must for him to lead us. Because you say this, and you said this before, you cannot kill us and lead us. You cannot do that. Kama umeshindwa na kazi, enda nyumbani. I know you can go to Sugoi when ukae huko. By the way, go retire with Rachel and your grandkids. This country has 54 million Kenyans. You're not the only one who can lead us. Na tukisema Ruto waende, tuseme Ruto peke yake. Tunasema Ruto na Rigathi waende. They should all go. This government is a government of murderers. We're asking for them, if they cannot give us justice, compensation, accountability, they resign en masse. Wote ni wafanyikazi wetu. Ruto ni mfanyikazi wetu. He should never forget that. Even the guys who are arresting us today, these people in uniform here today, all of them work for us. Let us not forget who is the boss. We are the bosses. And next week, if they do not respond to our demands, we're back in the streets. We're coming back to the streets. By force, by fire, we're back in the streets. Kama unakutua kuja tuwe Ruto basi.
As you might know, since the president said that he doesn't have any list, we have made several attempts, not just here at the office of the president, but also at State House, to try and deliver this list. And today we were confirmed, and they told us to come at 2:30. But when we were out here waiting to go inside, police from, I don't know, the killer cops that we've been seeing all along, masked, came here and tried to arrest some of our colleagues, and we were here with the families of victims, and we are saying this country is not a police state. How can we be out here waiting to meet the principal administrative secretary, and then some hooligan police officers, masked and, you know, in plain clothes, come here to try and arrest, to brutalize our delegation, and we are saying this is uncalled for. And we know them. Tunawajua our policy. Now the way they put wanted men on billboards, we have their pictures, and we intend to do that. We will put their pictures on billboards, na tuwatangaze na tuambie Kenyans that these are rogue police officers who are violating the constitution, who are violating the law. And as a country, we cannot allow rogue police officers to roam our streets, killing people, disappearing people. That's the first thing that we need to have out very clearly. Secondly, we have handed over the list. These are stamped letters and lists that we have now submitted to the presidency. That song of saying we don't have a list, we don't know who is missing, we don't know who has been killed in the protests, that song must now cease. This letter has officially been received. The list has officially been received by the presidency. On his behalf, Mr. Osia, the principal administrative secretary, told us this list has been received and that he will ensure it gets to the president. What we want to see now is action. And we have assured them any support they need. If they want the postmortem reports, we will give them. If they want the burial permits, we will give them. If they want to know the families to record statements, we will give them. We want those rogue police officers arrested. And we have agreed that within 7 days, we will be back here. We will be back here to follow up, to know what action has been taken. Kenyans cannot be dying left, right, and center, killed by the same bullets that they pay for as taxpayers. Enough is enough already. We want those rogue officers interdicted and arraigned before a court of law so that action can be taken to ensure that the right to peaceful assembly is guaranteed in this country.
The fact that we're here today is a moment that we don't wish on any family. And it's sad that our country is to protect its young people, the futures. This administration entered government saying that they support young people. And we're seeing here that they're cutting young people's lives short. Young people only demanding for justice. They're only demanding for accountability. And now we have here mothers and siblings coming and speaking on behalf of the voices that have been silent. Kenya cannot continue like this. We cannot permit Kenya to continue like this. And we need to stand strong with these families, because it's sad what's happening, and the fact that here we are trying to move on as a country when families cannot sleep at night, wondering where their children are, wondering whether they've eaten that night and whether they're going to come back home. The torment, and this has happened for more than 60 days, we're still questioning where these young people are. And for those who have been killed, we have seen absolutely no accountability from the police. The same police who are here masked, trying to abduct and arrest activists here who are standing on behalf of their families and just pushing for justice and accountability. We have seen nothing. So this country will have no peace, frankly speaking, if it's killing its young people. It will have no peace. And what we're demanding here is justice and accountability from the police. Lerima Wako. Siasa Police Director. I'm an activist.
The state of where we're at today is extremely disappointing. It's been that Kenyans have been being murdered, disappeared, tortured, disembodied, disfigured. And today, after many different attempts by all sorts of different organizations, activists, individuals, civil society, today when we finally are able to give a list of names, tunaambiwa, oh, asante, kama ambao walikuwa hawajui, kama ambao hizi story, they're not online, there's no videos, there's no footage. These lists, these names have been circulating, burials have been aired. You can see point blank people being shot as well as the murderers. So how is it that 3 months later, we're here asking what concrete actions have been being taken? Not what false promises are you going to give us today, what actions have already been being taken towards accountability, towards justice. But the answer is absolutely nothing. Nothing has been done, not even empathy. Today, we had to, after the families, the siblings, the representatives of those who have been murdered and who are still missing, after they all introduced themselves with their story, hakuna hata pole, there's zero empathy, there's complete impunity, there's complete disregard of the lives, of the needs of the citizens. And today, as we finally get these names given, as if hawakujua tayari, as if hawakupanga, as if hawakufanya hivyo wenyewe, we're told that we need to protect ourselves better. So those who have been murdered point blank, mama, watoto, vijana, wanaambiwa ni nyinyi ambao mulikosea. When you go out, you should protect yourself. We came here as 20 people today, and we were met by 40, 30 officers, masked, armed, abusive, with an appointment. And then ni sisi tunaambiwa tunafaa kujiprotect. What is the government doing? We know what it's doing. It's not serving its people. It's not protecting its people. And it's not fulfilling its mandate. We should be protected in our constitutional right to come out and protest. If we cannot even come to an appointment to safely deliver a message, how do we expect? Oh, it's clear. We don't expect. We expect nothing. It's very clear that there's no leadership. There's no competence. There's no capacity. It's murder. It's theft. And it's impunity. And we won't stand for that. Tumechoka. Tangu zamani. So ndio tunaanza na tutaendelea until we see better leadership, different leadership in this country, justice, accountability, and integrity.
And first of all, I want to condemn the actions by the police officers we have witnessed today. We have seen a lot of brutalization by the police, use of force against some of our members who came to this office, which is a public office, upon a confirmation of a meeting by the secretary of this office. So that was very much uncalled for. And we do hereby condemn those actions, and also want to reiterate our position as LSK that we are going to take actions against this kind of brutality that we continue to witness in this country. Secondly, I want to echo what my brother has mentioned, that the purpose of today's visit was to provide a list of all the persons that were killed, all the persons who were disappeared and forced to disappear by the state, those who are in the hands of the state and disappeared and cannot be traced. We have come with a few of the family members of those whose skins have been disappeared by the state. And we wanted to remind the head of state that those utterances that he has been giving in international media stations across the country, mentioning that he is not aware of the persons who were killed, that now he has the full list. And we have also taken further actions as LSK and also other human rights groups to try and seek justice through habeas corpus applications in court to hold accountable the police officers who have taken, who took hostage of these persons. We saw last week some of the victims who had been abducted were released after a very serious, intensive campaign of calling for their release. It's so unfortunate when we see Kenyans being subjected to a lot of torture, subjected to a lot of mistreatment, just because of clamoring for good governance, clamoring for accountability, and therefore they are falling victim of the persons who have been entrusted to protect them under the Constitution. It's therefore very bad and very unfortunate, and we believe and hope that this country is going to be redeemed and the revolution is not going to cease anytime soon until we have seen the country has been secured from the shackles of oppression under the leadership of William Samoei Ruto. Thank you very much.
Hii ndio Kenya tuko nayo. Hii ndio Kenya tuko nayo whereby they mishandle Kenyans. Yani wanaona ni kama these Kenyans kama ni uwezekano hawafai kuishi hii dunia. How askari wana feel like the country belongs to them. These are the same people wamesahau kwamba even vile wanaishi, maisha ambayo wanaishi, pesa ambazo wanalipwa peanuts. But they are the one mishandling Kenyans. Wamejisahau wao hata ndio depression iko karibu kumaliza karibu wote. Ama ni depression wanaletea wa Kenya huku nje, wanaanza kuchapa watu vile wanajisikia. Why should you mistreat someone's daughter or someone's son like that? You police officers, shame on you. Yani you think like this Kenya it's all yours. Unajua siku ingine tukiwa kwa gari mtu akasema aje, guys, have you ever asked yourself why these police officers they don't have good life? Yes, most of them they don't have good life because of the curses. Unachapa mtoto wa mtu, mama anaenda anaompa mpaka unachizi. And that's why most of them they don't have a good life. They are living hell life. They don't have families. And I'm sorry to say so, but I'm so mad. Seeing someone mishandling someone's son like that, it hurts me. I'm a mother. Anyone who is a parent can tell you it's not good. These kids deserve love. Kama mtu ameenda pale, ana anything yenye unamchapa ya nini? Unamuumiza ya nini? Unampiga risasi ya nini mtoto wa watu aende kukatwa mkono, aende kukatwa mguu, akose kufanya kazi yake? Why should you do that? That's not the right thing. Kama mtu amekukosea, just fuata procedure vile inafaa. Unachapa mtu ya nini? Mtu amekukosea nini? So as Kenyans, it's high time yani tuamuke tutetee wa Kenya, because hii si mzuri at all. Because it was a very peaceful march. Walikuwa wanataka wao wapeane pepa zao warudi. Unawaarrest nini? Si uache wapeane pepa zao wamalize warudi watulie makwao. Unawachapa ya nini? Una misando agoma ni kwa nini? Who is like your mother ama your sister? What if uone mamako akikuwa mishandled? Utasikia aje? Will you be happy? Hakuna mtu atasikia vizuri akiona mtu wake akikuwa mishandled. Let's respect each and everyone. It's not good at all. Si vizuri. Hatufai tufanye hivi. Wacha tukue watu ambao tunapendana kwa wengine. Anyway, to Team Cyprian, today I feel so mad. I feel so sad seeing those videos trending kwa mtandao. I don't like it. I don't like seeing a policeman who is also struggling with life. Mishandle mwanaume hivyo ama mishandle mwanamke hivyo. These people wajue pia tunawapigania. Wao wenyewe wanalipwa pesa kidogo sana, peanuts. Pata na mabibi za maskari usikie vile wanalia. Those people they cry, hawana anything. Malone, ma slip zikikuja wamekatwa, hakuna pesa yenye wako nayo. But hapa nje wanajifanya like they know everything. They know nothing. They know nothing, guys. Let me tell you, they know nothing. Anyway, to Team Cyprian, I can say thank you so much. May Almighty God bless you. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.